the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic, and they're off. Slew City Slew breaks alertly, and 49er is moving right with him. Walk Quite is out for the early lead now, and Cutlass Reality on the outside. Ali Sheba's come out fifth. And as they pass beneath the Twin Spires for the first time, it's the gray New Englander Walk Quite with a short lead. Slew City Slew is running right with them early. They're moving at a lively pace now. They've opened up 5 lengths on Cutlass Reality third. Ali Sheba is off the rail racing fourth. Then farther back, 49er has been taken back in fifth position. And the two Phipps color bearers are running together, seeking the golden personal flag. Then a gap of 4 lengths back to Crypto Clearance, who's allowed to settle in an early gallop. And Lively One trails the classic field as they make their way into the backstretch. Walk Quite pressed all the way by Slew City Slew. Those two continue as a speed duel continues on down the backstretch. Cutlass Reality is 5 lengths off them in third. It's another 4 to Ali Sheba now, who is 8 lengths off the lead. And just to his inside, 49er now. Julie Crone asking him for run. A half mile out. And now the field moving for the far turn. It is Walk Quite now beginning to shake loose from Slew City Slew. Cutlass Reality is moving in closer third. Ali Sheba begins to roll now. He's making his move as they round the far turn. And then Personal Flag and Seeking the Gold are both moving together now as they come to the top of the stretch. Crypto Clearance is kicking in now, and he's moving into contention. He's just 5 lengths off the lead. Then it's Lively One. 49er is now the trailer as the field comes to the top of the stretch. It is Cutlass Reality and Walk Quite. Ali Sheba set down for the drive. Personal Flag is moving through an opening toward the rail. Seeking the Gold on the outside. They're coming to the final furlong. Walk Quite is tenacious. Ali Sheba is right there. And on the outside, Seeking the Gold. Ali Sheba with a short lead. He's unyielding. Seeking the Gold. A final move as they come to the wire. And Ali Sheba, America's horse, has done it. Ali Sheba returns to the site of his greatest victory, and he does it here again at Churchill Downs. Ali Sheba wins the world's richest horse race, and he's now the world's richest horse.
Like prize fighters entering a ring, they came to the paddock. First, the Easterner, Easy Goer. Then the pride of the West Coast, Sunday Silence. They had met 3 times, with Sunday Silence winning the Derby and Preakness and Easy Goer taking the Belmont. Both riders were masters of strategy. Pat Day on Easy Goer and Chris McCarron on Sunday Silence. The training matchup, McGahee managed Easy Goer and the Bald Eagle guided the California horse. Easy Goer was the favorite at odds of 1-2. And his rival Sunday Silence, second choice in the wagering, he was 2-1. The tension in both camps was visible, with $3 million, Horse of the Year, and the 3-year-old title on the line.
Number 1 is Easy Goer. If he wins today, he's champion 3-year-old, Horse of the Year, maybe Horse of the Decade. If he loses to Sunday Silence, he's only the second best 3-year-old. But since those losses in the Derby and Preakness, he seems to have reached another plateau. His 5 consecutive wins have been outstanding. Number 8, Sunday Silence, a horse of destiny if there ever was one. Unwanted and dogged by adversity early in his life, he has settled into a tremendous racehorse. Like Easy Goer, he's never been worse than second. And if his races since the Preakness have not been as spectacular as Easy Goer's, remember the score so far. Sunday Silence 2, Easy Goer 1.
Standing in line, and they're off. Sunday Silence breaks alertly. Easy Goer was off a step slow toward the inside. Slew City Slew, Blushing John, and Present Value. And they're passing us now for the first time. Slew City Slew is out to take the early lead now. And he's opened up a quick lead here of 2.5 lengths. Blushing John is second down the outside. Present Value is third. Sunday Silence is rating in 4th position. He's 6 lengths off the lead. Me Selecto is 7th. 4 lengths back to Easy Goer. He is 10 lengths off the lead of Slew City Slew as they move into the first turn. And the trailers are Crypto Clearance and Western Playboy. Slew City Slew, and he zipped the opening quarter in 22 2/5 seconds. A brazen display of early speed in this 1.25-mile classic. Blushing John is tracking him as they make their way onto the backstretch now. Sunday Silence poised on the outside third. Present Value to his inside. Then Me Selecto Easy Goer is yet to do his best running. He is still 9 lengths off the lead of Slough City Slough. He's 5 lengths behind Sunday Silence, and now he's beginning to roll. They've run a half mile in 46 1/5 seconds. Slough City Slough weakening on the lead. Blushing John has been tracking him all the way. Sunday Silence bracing for the oncoming power of Easy Goer, who's right at his neck, and the stage is set with 3 furlongs to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Blushing John taking the lead, 3/8 of a mile out. It's Blushing John in front. Sunday Silence on the outside, gearing up now. He's left Easy Goer 2.5 lengths behind. They're coming to the top of the stretch, and Blushing John is under a hand ride. He leads by 1.5 lengths. Sunday Silence, a threatening presence on the outside. Easy Goer is set down and he's put to a fierce drive. Coming to the final furlong, Sunday Silence surges to the front. Blushing John trying to fight back. Easy Goer with one final acceleration, and Sunday Silence holds on, and he wins by a desperate neck. Easy Goer was too late, not enough to win it, and it was Sunday Silence in a racing epic. Ready to go in the game, and they are off in the 9th Breeders' Cup Classic. NAP Indy breaks well today, comes out running for the lead. Jolie's Halo with good speed as well. Defensive play is there toward the inside. Thunder Rumble is up close to a strong early pace here as they race by the stands for the first time. It's Jolie's Halo and Thunder Rumble, and those two hook up in an early duel. Defensive play is in behind him. Sultry Song is now moving into 3rd. Technology is 4 wide, running in 4th. Then toward the inside, defensive play is 5th. AP Indy is running 6th. Jolifa is a wide 7th. Zoman is up close to an early pace. Marquetry's there on the outside. And then it's Pleasant Tap. He's running now in 11th position. He's only about 8 lengths from the early lead. European Rodrigo Di Triano's to his outside. Then it's 5 lengths to Rain Road. And far, far behind is Strike the Gold. He's already 20 out of it. And the half went in 45 4. A sizzling pace here as they move into the backstretch. Thunder Rumble is pressed hard under intense pressure from Jolie's Halo. Technology is trying to keep pace in 3rd. Defensive play is right there now, racing in 4th position. Sultry Song is 5th. Zoman is only 5 lengths from the lead. Jolifa's moving strongly as they move into the far turn. AP Indy's dropped back in the pack. Pleasant Tap is in between horses now. He's still about 7 lengths from the lead. And then it's Marquetry as they're on the far turn. And Thunder Rumble rolls to a 2-length lead now. Defensive play has moved in toward the inside. Jolie's Halo's in an all-out drive. He's working hard to keep up. AP Indy is finding his best stride, and he's moving powerfully in between horses as they move toward the top of the stretch in this 9th Breeders' Cup Classic. Defensive play. Thunder Rumble still there. AP Indy's in an all-out drive, and Pleasant Tap is coming with giant strides on the inside. They're coming to the finish. It is AP Indy in front. Pleasant Tap, one last run at him. AP Indy wins the Breeders' Cup Classic by 3 conclusive lengths. And then it was Pleasant Tap finishing 2nd, and Jolifa was 3rd, and the time was 2 minutes and a 5th. AP Indy, the Belmont Stakes winner, comes charging through the stretch here. He was up close, then he dropped out of it and came on like a tiger to win the world's richest race. And they're off. French Deputy Star Standard strikes out for the lead immediately, and he is aggressively ridden here. Star Standard to the lead, and Cigar is keyed up today. Very competitive, and he's right up there close toward the inside. Le Carrière. They make the bend toward the backstretch. Star Standard leads. Le Carrière pressing on the inside. Jerry Bailey with a hard hold of the pent-up power of Cigar, restrained in 3rd. Peaks and Valleys in the clear on the outside, 4th. Unaccounted for is 5th. French Deputy from off the pace today. England's Hauling is now 7th on the outside. Tinner's Way is next. Then it's Solo the Matter, who's down on the fence about 9 lengths from the lead. Jed Forrest and Concern is just where he was last year at this time, last about a dozen lengths from the front. The opening quarter went in 24 1/5 seconds. Star Standard on the outside. Le Carrière pressing for the lead with 6 furlongs to go. And Cigar wants to go to the lead, but Jerry Bailey says no, not yet. Unaccounted for, fourth toward the rail with 5 furlongs to run. The opening half mile went in 48 1/5 seconds. Soul of the Matter now has to pick it up, and he threads his way through in between horses. Then far the back, it's French Deputy, who's only 3.5 lengths from the lead. Then Peaks and Valleys, followed by Halling. A break of 3 to Jed Force, followed by Tinner's Way. Concern is still last. 3 furlongs to go. Cigar! Cigar makes his move, and he sweeps to the lead with a dramatic rush with 3 furlongs to go. And Jerry Bailey turns him loose, and he guides him down to the rail as the field turns for home. Unaccounted for down inside, a 1/4 mile between Cigar and A Perfect Season, coming down to the last furlong with a 2.5 length lead, and Jerry Bailey calls on Cigar for everything he has. Le Carrier's awakening second. On the inside, Unaccounted for. On the outside, Soul of the Matter. And here he is, the unconquerable, invincible, unbeatable Cigar. Ready to start the 17th running of the Breeders' Cup Classic. And they're off. Lemon Drop Kid has some speed today. Golden Missile toward the inside. Cat Thief, Captain Steve down toward the rail. Here comes Tisdale from the far outside. So they pass us for the first time. It's Cat Thief and Albert the Great now. Albert the Great comes on through to be the early pacemaker. Tisdale second on the outside, pressing the pace. Lemon Drop Kid is there. Giants Causeway is going to get caught 4 wide going into the turn. Vision and Versus 5th between horses. Cat Thief is 6th toward the inside. Golden Missile going wide into the turn. There was a little traffic trouble there for Guided Tour. Fusaichi Pegasus is 7th at this juncture. He's about 6 lengths for the lead. Gander to his outside, and Fusaichi Pegasus is moving early. Near the back of the pack, Pine Dance 3 wide, a length and a half back to Captain Steve, and another 5 to late running Dust on the Bottle. The opening quarter goes in 23 2/5 seconds, and it's Tisdale and Albert the Great. And the 2 3-year-olds in tandem down the backstretch after a solid opening half of 47 2/5 seconds. Ireland's Giants Causeway on the outside third. And then it's Vision and Burst, who is in between horses. Lemon Drop Kid toward the inside. The Gray Gander. Fusaichi Pegasus is still about 6 lengths from the lead with 4 furlongs remaining. Captain Steve has moved through opening toward the inside. Golden Missile. Cat Thief, last year's winner, has dropped off the pace now. And then it's Pine Dance as the field rounds the far turn. Albert the Great and Tisdale, they continue to go at it. Giants Causeway is called on for his run. Lemon Drop Kid is 4th toward the inside. Gander is 5th. Vision and Versus 6th. Fusaichi Pegasus is toiling. The field comes off the turn. Tisdale on the outside. Albert the Great on the rail. The 2 of them continue to go at it. Here comes Giants Causeway for Ireland on the outside. They're coming into the final furlong. Tisdale tough as nails. Giants Causeway on the outside. Giants Causeway and Tisdale battling head to head. A heart-pounding, pulsating stretch drive, and Tisdale prevails. Tisdale has won it by a nose over Giants Causeway, and it was close for third there between Captain Steve and Albert the Great. Fusaichi Pegasus ran an uninspiring race today, finishing in the middle of the pack. And the final time here was 2 minutes and 3/5 of a second. In the gate, ready for the start of the Classic. And they're off! To the cheers of the crowd and Guided Tour breaks alertly with Orientate. Albert the Great is gun to the lead. That's Albert the Great. Ore Chavez puts him in front, but Pat Day and Orientate are going to take the fight to him, and those two hook up in a speed duel in the first furlong here. Tisdale not far behind. He's running 3rd in the early going. Guided Tour drops back to run along in 4th. Galileo only 5 lengths from the lead. He's 5th. The arc winner Saki is 6th on the outside, and the favorite Aptitude is now running in 7th. Macho Uno bulls his way through from 8th now. Black Benelush is 9th. Include is down toward the inside, and he's now 10th. Freedom Crest, Gander, who's well in hand, and at the back of the pack is Longshot of Fleet's Dancer. The quarter went in 23 1/5 seconds, a grueling pace here, and into the wind half of 47 seconds flat. Albert the Great grinding it out on a short lead now. Orientate couldn't stay with them. There goes Guided Tour, who splits horses
closes decisively with 5 furlongs to go. And on the outside, the daunting presence of a horse of the year. Tiz Now, and he's right there just off the pace fourth. Saki and Galileo right there and behind the lead. Macho Uno's in the thick of it as Aptitude begins to roll here with 3.5 furlongs to go in the Classic. And it is Albert the Great blazing the way. Tiz Now looms in second. Saki is there on the outside. Guided Tour fights on. Galileo's under a heavy drive. He's still 6 lengths behind. Include will put his run through on the rail. Aptitude is taken wide by Gander. And the field turns for home. Here comes the arc winner, Saki, and he storms to the lead. Saki in their lead. And Tiz Now is battling on. The American Horse of the Year and the arc winner are heads apart with a furlong to go in the Classic. On the outside, Saki. Tiz Now fights on. Here's the wire. Desperately close. Tiz Now wins it for America. Beating Saki right on the wire. Finishing third was Albert the Great. Macho Uno was fourth. Oh, did they deliver a thriller here at Belmont Park this afternoon. An heroic stretch drive that will go on in Breeders' Cup legend.
Fields sent on their way in the Breeders' Cup Classic to the roar of the Santa Anita crowd. Regal Ransom bounced away quickly. Zenyatta is dead last. Zenyatta's dead last early. It's Regal Ransom going on. Gio Ponti, Einstein is right there. Colonel John in the white colours. Summerbird has the red cap in the vanguard too. Rip Van Winkle is on the outside and Twice Over racing right behind them. They tightly grouped and not in a big hurry out on the lead. Then it's Awesome Gem. Gio Ponti's back fourth last. Been followed then by Richard's Kit. Then comes Mind That Bird, and Zenyatta is dead last. Zenyatta last, got to be giving them about 10, 11 length start. They grow to the three-quarter pole now in the Classic, and it's Regal Ransom just setting a sensible pace, not in a big hurry out here. Rip Van Winkle now goes up second, and Colonel John scrapes the paint in third. Einstein's right there too. Girolamo, white cap far side. Here's Kent DeSormo and Summerbird. They 6 at the rail, just 5 off the leader. Then it comes Twice Over, Awesome Gem, and Gio Ponti's giving them 7 length start. Then it's Richard's Kid. Now here's Zenyatta. Zenyatta is still a good 10-11 off the leaders. And then it's fall back to Mind That Bird. A half mile to go now in the Classic, and still the leader is Regal Ransom, a length and a half. Rip Van Winkle being sent along after him. Then Colonel John. On the far side, Girolamo. Einstein is right there. Summerbird at the rail. Twice Over is next. Then Awesome Gem. Gio Ponti's behind that. Then Richard's Kid. And now here's Zenyatta. And let's see. Zenyatta has a lot of ground to make up. Zenyatta, if she wins this, she'll be a super horse. She's starting to pick them off, though. Zenyatta going to hook to the outside. Meanwhile, it's Colonel John. Summerbird in the red cap. And Zenyatta's come to the outside. Zenyatta coming flying on the grandstand side. Gio Ponti on the inside. Summerbird is right there. This is unbelievable. Zenyatta, what a performance. One we'll never forget. Looked impossible, but it is Zenyatta, still unbeaten under Mike Smith. Gio Ponti second, Summerbird, and then Richard's Kid. What a dramatic performance. One of the most sensational ever. Zenyatta wins the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Truly one of the most incredible performances you will ever see. And how about the move by Mike Smith?
John, congratulations. What are you feeling right now?
Tears are coming to my eyes. I just can't believe it. She is, what a great filly, huh? She's just don't see it. Special.
When she came out of the gate like that, were you a little worried at all?
Yeah, she came out. She was on a wrong lead, and it took a while to get going. But boy, she's just all heart, isn't she?
What do you think of this crowd reaction?
Don't you love them? Don't you love them? Oh, I love everyone here. I mean, they cheer for her, they clap for her, and she does a little dance for them. I mean, what a relationship.
Look at Mike Smith. He has been on Zenyatta now for 11 straight wins. She has 14 straight to start her career. A career that'll go down among the all-time greats.
She wind up winning with her ears pricked again, Jerry.
Is she Horse of the Year?
She's Horse of the Decade.
American Pharoah enters the starting gate for the final time with a call of the Breeders' Cup Classic
Here's Larry Collmus.
All right, Tom, American Pharoah is in there. We're just waiting for Honor Code, who takes up his spot in the outside stall. They're all in line, and we're ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and American Pharoah bounds right to the front. He's going to take the early lead in the Classic, and FNX is away running in second. Frosted wrangled off the pace, and so too Totalist on the inside. And he's a bit keen and headstrong. And Keen Ice is right behind them as American Pharoah passes the finish line for the first time. And then it's Glen Eagles, followed on the outside by Hard Aces, and Honor Code is last. And the first quarter mile goes in 23 and 4/5 seconds. That's not a fast pace. And it is American Pharoah who is setting it. And FNX is his closest pursuer. He is 2 lengths behind, running in second. Totalist, a Belmont Stakes winner, is third, 5 lengths off of a Triple Crown winner. And then Frosted to the outside. Keen Ice is a good 9 lengths behind. Then Glen Eagles, Hard Aces, and Honor Code will do his running later. He's 13 lengths off the lead. A half mile in 47 and 2/5 seconds. And American Pharoah, the Triple Crown winner, heads up the backstretch at Keeneland in the Breeders' Cup Classic. FNX is a length and 3/4 off of him in second. And then Totalist and Frosted right together, third and fourth, 5 lengths ahead of Keen Ice, Glen Eagles, and Hard Aces. And still Honor Code at the back of the field of 8 that chases American Pharoah through 3/4 of a mile in 1:11.1. So it's picked up a bit as they head for the far turn. American Pharoah's lead is a length and a half. And now Victor Espinoza starts to pump on him and says, let's go. On the far turn, they're in front by 2. FNX continues to chase, and then comes Frosted and Totalist, and they're all put to full-out drives, and American Pharoah is getting away, and they're into the stretch, and American Pharoah has a 4-length lead. FNX is second, and then it's Frosted, Totalist, and Honor Code. American Pharoah comes into his final furlong, and he's got a 6-length lead as they come to the wire. A Triple Crown winner, a Breeders' Cup winner, a horse of a lifetime. American Pharoah has won the Breeders' Cup Classic over FNX and Honor Code in a final time of 2 minutes, 0.07 seconds. He went out in style.
American Pharoah, his legacy as one of racing's all-time greats is assured with a dominating victory in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Wow.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. California Chrome and Arrowgate both had great starts, and California Chrome goes right to the front. FNX on the inside is not far behind. And then it's Melatonin. Arrowgate's going to sit off the pace. He's just to the outside of Frosted early on. He's 4 lengths off of California Chrome. And then it's Win the Space, Keen Ice, Opportunity, and War Story. The long shot is last as California Chrome runs past the stands for the first time and heads through an opening quarter mile of 23 and 1/5 seconds. California Chrome the leader. Melatonin sticks to him on the outside. Frosted rides the rail, and there goes Arrowgate 3 wide, and now he takes third, and now he's only 2 lengths off of California Chrome. FNX is a close-up 5th, and it's 5 lengths to Keen Ice. Win the Space is next, and then Opportunity and War Story. The half mile was an easy one for California Chrome. 47 seconds flat. And Victor Espinoza and California Chrome head up the backstretch at Santa Anita, trying to complete this perfect season of the Breeders' Cup Classic. They've got a 2-length lead here. Melatonin is now a little bit farther behind than he was as California Chrome just gets away, moving for the far turn. Arrowgate is now 3.5 lengths off of his foe California Chrome, who has led every step of the way so far. Around the far turn, 3/4 up in 1:10 and 4. It has picked up a bit. And Victor Espinosa in California Chrome have a 2.5 length lead. And Mike Smith lets Arrowgate loose. And here he comes. He's going to try to make a race of it with a 1/4 mile to run. And they're into the stretch. And California Chrome comes roaring home with Arrowgate coming after him on the outside. A furlong to run. California Chrome put to the test. Arrowgate full out. Can he stick with it? California Chrome. Arrowgate still coming. California Chrome. Arrowgate steals the show in the Breeders' Cup Classic. He has defeated California Chrome under Mike Smith in his 25th Breeders' Cup score. They're off in the 39th Breeders' Cup Classic. Flightline broke very well. Life is Good goes out to the early lead. Flightline will be second early on, and Hot Rod Charlie came out running in third. Epicenter is guided to the inside, then Olympiad, followed by Taba. Rich Strike is second last, and Happy Saver the trailer. And it is Life is Good and Flightline, and they're going at each other early on. That opening 1/4 mile was a quick one, 22.55 seconds. Life is Good is the leader. Fabian Bragg keeps Flightline a length and 3/4 behind, running in second by a 5-length gap over Hot Rod Charlie in third. After that, Tama begins to move on the outside of Olympiad. Then comes Epicenter and Rich Strike. Happy Saver is the trailer. Let's check out this half mile. It's got to be quick. It was 45.47 seconds. Life is Good up the backstretch in front by 2. Flightline continues to sit second up the backstretch under a patient Flavia Pratt, who just took a peek behind. They've opened up 9 lengths on the rest of the field. Hot Rod Charlie is next. Then it's Taba. So they make their way into the far turn. Life is Good by 2 over Flightline. And it's a long way back to the rest. Hot Rod Charlie is third at this point. And they're making their way around the far turn. And it is still Life is Good. He's got a 2-length lead. Flightline now beginning to move on the outside. Life is Good by a length. Flightline on the outside second. 8 back to Hot Rod Charlie. Then Taba to the outside. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Life is Good and Flightline hook up as they turn for home. And Flightline takes off. Flightline has gone right by Life is Good and comes into the final furlong with a 3-length lead. Life is Good trying to claim the second. Taba is third. Down to the 16th pole. It is Flightline. It is spine-tingling, jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring, Secretariat-like Breeders' Cup Classic win. He won it by 8 lengths on the wire. And that was Olympiad, followed by Taba. And Rich Strike was fourth. No doubt about how great he is. Flightline is awesome.
It's a name we have heard amplified from across the pond all season long.
City of Troy, a brilliant win in the Derby. And it is City of Troy who has won that eclipse. And City of Troy, what a game performance.
City of Troy, the American dirt-bred turf superstar, looks to cap off an illustrious season with a tilt in the Breeders' Cup Classic, the one race that has eluded the master of Ballydoyle.
The Breeders' Cup Classic is what we always had our eye on. We've never won it. So that was always the dream from last year. The ability he had and he by Justify. We had a plan mapped out for him, and obviously the first part of it went totally wrong, but then we stuck to the plan, and everything has went well since.
It was an unexpected loss for the Justify colt in the 2000 Guineas. After becoming anxious in the gate, he finished a disappointing 9th, but the season was young and time was in his favor.
Things go wrong, and look, just he came back safe. That was the main thing, and I knew he'd come back out and show what he could do.
And show us he has, bouncing back to an emphatic win in the Derby, grinding out a win on soft ground in the Eclipse, and a career-best performance in the Juddmonte International.
He flew. I didn't expect him to lead now and do that, but he ran his heart out, and I was delighted.
He's made every yard so far, and City of Troy, what a game performance all the way.
He showed at York how good he is, so if he can transfer that level of ability to the dirt, then he'd be in the mix.
Thanks, Rodney, and thanks, Rachel, and thanks, Aoife, and thank you, Michael, and thanks, Mark.
Since the Juddmonte, City of Troy has been preparing for the Breeders' Cup at home with the rest of Aidan O'Brien's American-bound contingent.
He's a horse that he's got a lot of will. Getting him to control that was quite difficult for a while. As you'll see in his races, it's just the want to go forward. He's learning to control it and do things the right way.
He's a lovely horse. He's a gentleman to look after, to brush him, look after him every day. He never gives any trouble. You could hug him, you'd do anything. He'd never go to bite you. He might be missing, but he'd never be savage at your anything. He's a gentleman of a horse.
The Breeders' Cup Classic poses the biggest challenge yet to City of Troy, as it will be his first start on dirt. He recently worked at Suffolk Racecourse in England, as the track's all-weather racing surface is the closest resemblance to American dirt.
A horse like him, when you ask them to quicken, they nearly grow a few hands. You feel that, and he does it all with very little assistance. The way he came forward and strong through the line, we're very happy.
He has a heart, and I love looking after him. The Breeders' Cup Classic is the only race that we haven't won, and hopefully this year we have the horse. Hopefully everything goes well and he wins it.
Thanks very much. All the best in the medical area. All the Yorkshires behind